to sit in the middle of the ocean. I keep my peace of mind. I'm doing fine when I'm all alone. Can nobody tell me
Welcome back to my
why?
channel. To start this look, I'm priming my lid with my Milani eyeshadow primer and then setting that with my Peach Perfect translucent powder. Then we're going into the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette and using that lighter blue and a fluffy brush just to put this in my crease. And we're going to be blending this up towards the brow bone. And this is just going to act as our transition color. Then going back into the BH palette, we're going to be taking that darker blue and putting this also right in the crease, but being careful not to really take it too far above. This step probably took the longest just because I really had to build up the opacity of this shade, and so I basically go back and forth in windshield wiper motions building this up, and then when I think the line is getting a little harsh, I go back in with that lighter blue and that fluffy brush and blend it all out. And basically just repeating this process until I'm happy with the way it is blended and the opacity of both of the shadows. I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal and Highlighter, it's basically just white, placing this on my lid and looking up to create where I want the cut crease to end, and then really packing this on with that flat brush. And then I'm going to be setting it with a white eyeshadow. I didn't use the shadow in the BH palette because they're both shimmery and I wanted to use a matte white shadow. And I'm setting this very carefully as to not smudge the product even more. Then I'm going back in with that lighter teal color and basically placing this on the inner and outer corners of my eyelid to create that kind of sandwich effect. Then going in with the bottom left white shimmer in that palette in my Milani Make It Last. I spray the brush and then put this directly in the center of the lid and then add a little bit more of that teal, and then right above I add a little bit more of that dark blue just to really create that high contrast. And I'm going into my CC Beauty 12 color flash palette and taking that teal in the palette. I did get this off Amazon if you are wondering, and I am basically carving out where I want the split face to be. I kind of wanted it to be on a diagonal and halfway down my lips, and then I end up hating it, at least the bottom of it, and taking it off and kind of slanting it more on a diagonal. But you can do this, any pattern you want to. Then taking my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and covering the side where I did my eye in foundation, because we'll be doing the other half as like the C. I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in yellow and just concealing underneath my eyes in a triangle pattern and just blending that out and then setting it with my Too Faced Peach Perfect translucent powder, and then going ahead and setting the rest of my face with that same powder. And then to contour, I'm using my Wet n Wild Duo contouring palette. It used to have yellow and then I went through it. And then just contouring my cheekbones, my temple, and the top of my forehead. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild highlighter in Precious Petals. I am applying this very, very generously onto the tops of my cheekbones, my temple, and connecting the two. And then I did my brows off camera. If you want to see my brow routine, I'll link it below. But I'm basically putting that dark blue on my lower lash line and then blending it out with the teal. Go ahead and do my mascara and lashes off camera, but I will link what lashes I used for this look down below if you are interested. And for the face paint, I did mix two colors together to create this shade. I mixed the deeper blue in the 12 color flash palette as well as the teal, and I basically just painted my entire half of my face with this shade. This is a little more extra, but I really wanted a specific blue shade that the palette didn't have. I also do paint my eye, and then once I'm done painting the entire half of my face, I go in with my Ben Nye Neutral Set Colorless Powder and I set all of the face paint because you don't want this moving even a smidge. And then to create dimension within this, I am going back in with the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette and taking a darker blue and kind of stippling this on in places that I want dimension. And I also make sure I do this along the half of the face so it looks like kind of shadowed. And I also do go in with a little bit of black and do this as well. Then to create even more dimension, I am taking the white in the face paint palette with that stippling eyeshadow brush and stippling this on, and then I am blending it out. I also focused a lot of this on the cheekbone as well, and then when I'm done with that, I make sure to set my face again. Then taking the lighter teal in the Flash color palette with the same brush, I'm just stippling this on and blending it in again. And then I'm starting the, I guess, watermarks, whatever you call, I don't know the definition of this. And I basically used a reference picture off Google for this, and I also kind of freehanded it, what I think it would look like. And I'm not doing this harshly, I am kind of going in and blending out the line just so, again, it doesn't look so harsh. And I also am kind of zigzagging it, making it look not so perfect, not just like a straight line. And I basically just do this all over the face, and I also bring it up onto my eye. Making sure to set the face. Basically, anytime you put face paint on, you want to set it so it doesn't move. And then for the chest piece, I'm basically going to be doing the same exact thing that we did to the face. I am basically carving out the chest piece. I made sure to end it with kind of like a triangle shape, and basically painting with that custom color I made. Here I'm doing the same thing we did on the face, just stippling on that lighter teal color followed by that white color and blending it out until I'm happy with the finished product, and then also setting that as well. Then to create an outline, I'm just using the black in the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and basically lining the triangle with this, and then I blend it out with some dark blue, and then creating those same watermarks on the face that we did, except I'm making them a little bigger on the neck and just freehanding my entire chest doing this. The rest of the chest is set. I'm taking some liquid latex and some pearls I found in bulk at Michael's, and these had holes in them because they're meant for like jewelry, but I basically just glued them so the holes are facing away, and I dotted some liquid latex on top of my brow and then just glued the pearls on there, kind of holding the pearls until I'm sure it's dry, and then I repeat the exact same thing on top of my cheekbone. You can do this in, whatever pattern you want. And for lipstick, I'm using my Ulta liquid lipstick in Bestie and just putting this on the other half of my lips. And then for the crown for the Queen of the Sea, I basically got some cheap crown at a Halloween store and glued the same pearls on it and some white flowers. And then that is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, loves.